Alright, this is going to be a fast video, maybe a couple of minutes on clearing Mosin-Nagant malfunctions. I am going to be doing all this one-handed as I do not have a camera stand, so video may be shaky, so please bear with me and hopefully it'll focus and you guys can see everything. So, this is an M38, the Mosin carbine. They all work the same way though, so if you got 9130 or something, you got the same principles. Now, Mosins, in my experience, tend to be extremely reliable rifles with the main rifle design, the bolt, so forth. It's very robust. But they do tend to be very finicky rifles with the magazine. Every Mosin I've ever shot tends to have some kind of unique little problem. Some fail to eject, just all sorts of stuff. Because they're old rifles, they have their own little personalities. But one consistent trend is failure to feed, magazine issues. To my understanding, Mosin designed the rifle, and I think it did a great job, and Nagant designed the magazine. And in my opinion, this magazine does have one very big flaw with it. Now, the whole point is that these are rimmed cartridges, and this magazine was designed with a disconnector to prevent rim lock. What rim lock is if you don't know, is when you're feeding rimmed rounds on top of each other, you can end up getting one rim over the other, like that. And if that's a top round, now it's caught up on the rim and you can't feed it. And the whole thing's binded up and you're stuck. So, Nagant tried to get around this by creating a disc. Let me turn on the light here, see if that helps. This might be kind of difficult for you guys to see, but hopefully you guys can see everything without the glare and stuff. So he tried to create a disconnect device, and how this works is normally that's going to be your top round. You see it just sitting right on top, and it's ready for feeding. But when you load more ammo on top, this round's going to get pushed down until that happens. Now if you notice, the bolt's going over it, nothing's happening. That's because this round has now been caught by the disconnect to prevent rim lock. What's going on there is, let me use my pointer here, that tab right there is holding the round in place. And that's, I'm pretty sure that's the disconnect device. I'm not sure if that's what it's called or not, but that is its function, to keep the round down there. So the next round you load is sitting on top of it and can't possibly bind on the rim of that round. It's a good idea in theory, but in my experience, it is the most vulnerable part of the Mosin-Nagant in causing malfunctions. Because what happens is normally, when you feed around and close it... Alright, let me just show you how this works, by the way, quickly. That tab is spring-loaded. It is connected to this rail right here. That rail is connected to that tab down there. So when you push on it with your finger, the round pops up. And what's supposed to happen is when you close your bolt... Right now it's not engaged, but when you turn down the bolt should be pushing against that, so when you cycle the bolt and pull it back, it'll have been disengaged and the round will have popped up. Right now, this functions perfectly. Now I'm going to try and make sure that doesn't, because every now and then it simply doesn't. Let's try this. There we go, it didn't work. I don't know what caused it. I don't know if it's all Mosins or some Mosins, individual rifles or the design, but every now and then this happens. It stays down there. And what I've constantly seen is that people have no idea what this is. They don't realize what's wrong with their rifle. They think the round's jammed down there. It's not. It's just held by rim lock. So what they'll try and do is they'll try and push it around with their thumb. They'll try and dump their ammo, do a lot of stuff to clear it. That's just frustrating. I've actually seen my own uncle disassembled the entire frickin' magazine to get the round out because he couldn't figure out how to get it back up. Because when he tried to dump ammo, it got jammed up in there. If you have this, it's very easy to clear. I mean, if you're in a combat engagement with a Mosin-Nagant for whatever reason, I can't see that happening, but if you fire and you get a click and nothing happens, first thing you do is you cycle your bolt. I mean, first off, you haven't assessed it yet, and second, cycling the bolt usually fixes this. If I cycle this right now pretty quickly, this would probably pop up. And when you're cycling with live ammo instead of an empty chamber like I did, it's much more reliable. But if it's still not firing and you assess and you see this, it's very easy to fix. All you do is, since that rail is connected to that tab, get your finger in there and pop it up, and you're good to go. So that's it. Quick video on the Mosin. There we go. And if you ever have this problem again with your Mosin, now you know how to very easily fix it. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.